I'm Ashton Addison from EventChain for Investment Pitch Media and Crypto Coin Show. Today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Yonatan Ben Shimon, the founder of YBS Capital. Yonatan, welcome to the show, and thanks for taking the time to be here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. I'm really excited for our discussion. If we could just dive right into it, let's talk about YBS Capital. Can you first give an overview of the company and how you started it?
Yeah, for sure. I started in crypto about 7 years ago, and initially I just invested for other people into Ethereum pre-sale and a lot of other token sales before Ethereum and after Ethereum since 2017 until let's say 2016 until now, more or less, or until a few months ago. I was involved in starting a couple of projects in different areas within the crypto space: an NFT project, a social network project, a privacy coin project, an accelerator project, and I decided to focus on an area called the exit the community because I understood that this is a niche that is not getting enough attention. Crypto is the best vehicle to execute on that. So I decided YBS Capital is a firm that help marketplaces in the internet to distribute value to their stakeholders. Mm-hmm. So any marketplace that have users that create content and users that consume this content, the marketplace can distribute tokens to those people and basically automatically increase the value of the network because they distribute the ownership of the platform. So what we do is investing into internet platforms, whether it's that empower developers or other internet creators like streamers, gamers, and DeFi applications and other things. And after investing into it, we are helping them to exit the community, to basically measuring and distributing tokens to the people that contribute the most to the specific platform.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Yonatan. And that's really interesting that you got involved first at the dawn of Ethereum. And back then, there wasn't a lot of capital in the industry. And the trends have just shifted so much. And now there's so much institutional interest and more adoption, which is great. And I'm sure that your portfolio has now sort of shifted gears between 7 years ago and now to the upcoming trends. So what type of investments does YBS Capital primarily have in its portfolio right now?
So right now we just invested into platforms that already did this exit the community thing. So like most of DeFi, Compound, Uniswap, and also other protocols that does it by itself, Audius and protocol that distribute tokens to their stakeholders by itself. And we are now negotiating or in conversations with a couple of other projects that are more below the radar, and to invest a meaningful investment into them and to help them to go through this distribution process mm-hmm. that we're doing. And another thing that we are building here is a group of leaders that can help everyone's do it. So we are bringing together all the people in the space that are speaking and doing stuff around the community and around distribution, and try to bring them into a power group and to use that as a facility to help those projects as well.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And I think marketplaces are a really good place to have investments just because they are a platform for others to build content, and they're all fighting for demand and for attention on those platforms, and they have the potential to grow into giants or monopolies, and it's really marketplaces that are controlling the majority of the tech space right now. So I really do think that's a good spot. Now, through researching YBS Capital, I saw that you mentioned you're investing in companies in the ownership economy. Can you explain what that means?
Yeah, sure. So currently, since the internet was started, basically people don't have ownership on their work. If you are an Uber driver, if you are a Airbnb host, if you are a DoorDash delivery boy, if you are a trader in an exchange, if you are a lot of internet participants, you are working almost full time for some inside of a platform, and you don't own this platform, but you are the one that create value for this platform. And that's why those platforms are so valuable, because they have so much unpaid employees. And in our world, you can have wealth only if you have financial assets, only if you have ownership in a business. And all those people, millions or hundreds of millions or even billions of people, don't have ownership, and they invest a lot of energy and they don't have ownership. And the shift that we see is that in different ways, especially coming from crypto, but not only, there is a shift towards ownership to these people. So basically the ownership economy means that you use different mechanisms in order to give piece of the business to the people that give you the value. Basically, people that give you the value get more of the value that they are creating, and not they're not being extracted by those platforms. And also the usage in these platforms should be for money, not for free. And the business model, is not ads. If users will pay. For example, you have Instagram channels, and each channel can be subscribed with a subscription fee, and you will pay to the channel owner, and also the platform will get something, and the channel owners will get some of the platform shares. Instagram worth $100 billion, or TikTok, or whatever. So we start to see it in platforms that pay to super users, but not give them ownership, like Patreon and platforms that enable users to sell merchandise and stuff like that. But more and more, we will see platforms that give ownership and not only pay for the super users, producers on the platform.
Definitely. And you touched on this a little bit at the beginning of our discussion, but are you offering a variety of services or help to the companies in your portfolio? You mentioned that you're starting to dabble into different projects in NFTs and DeFi, but are you active within the companies that you're investing in besides just providing the capital?
Yeah, so right now we are building basically like a consortium of a group of helpers, of providers, and and these providers, whether it's platforms that can help with distribution, whether it's market makers, whether it's other investors, whether it's other platforms that can use for distribution to get more users, and other power users, we have this stack of vendors, and these vendors will be used for the projects. So each project we will invest in, we will design a plan, and we already have a template plans that we will connect with all the vendors, and we'll pay for those vendors as well. So it will not be a cost for the projects. And yeah, we want to go with the projects and go and help them to exit the community and shift the model, so it will be by a model of community ownership and not by ads model or something like that. So definitely we go step by step with the project.
That's great. And to elaborate on that a little further, if there are outside investors, VCs or fund managers that are looking to get involved with YBS as well, are you looking for partnerships or strategic partners or dealing with other investors?
Yeah, so currently we have like a DAO or like a power group that we are creating that called the Stakeholders Nights, which is basically a group that enable VCs, market makers, other projects, entrepreneurs to offer their services to projects, and we will have projects that does interviews and introduce to these vendors, and basically we're trying to facilitate this economy and not necessarily dominate it. I want to help create it as well. So definitely everyone that is interested in stakeholders capitalism or exit the community or whatever you want to call it should speak with us, and we happy to collaborate and help them to find more projects for himself as well.
That's great. And in terms of newer investments and seeking out investment opportunities, what kind of opportunities right now is your firm most interested in, and where are you seeing the bulk of opportunities come from?
Sure. So the opportunity that is the most interesting have to answer two criteria. One is that it must be an internet platform that have producers and users. So one kind of users is producing something, whether it's financial services or whether it's content, and the other type of users is consuming this thing and pay for that. And the second term is that the service that is being offered on the platform catered to crypto people. So what is catered to crypto people is stuff that related to financial services, trading, development, anything that's related to data. Maybe adult. I noticed that it's also very relevant for crypto people, but mainly financial opportunities and financial instruments and stuff that is about developing these kind of things. So I'll give you a couple of examples. Doing analytics is a very good example because one kind of users is creating the data queries, is like SQL, and the other type of users is consuming those data sets or those feeds. Another interesting is all DeFi, Uniswap, Aave, Compound, everything. One type of users is contributing to the pool, and the other type of users is borrowing from the pool. Another good example is Ganache, which is a developer tool that enables developers to create stuff, to use this software. So we are basically looking for marketplaces where there is a consumer and producer, where the service that is catered for crypto people. There is development, trading, and maybe development and trading, but not only.
Great. And
gaming.
We're running close to the end of our time together, but I want to look forward to 2021 for YBS Capital. What is in the upcoming roadmap, and what are your goals, and what are you looking for as you move into 2021?
So we are looking for two things. So, our goal is to make as many people as we can to millionaires, because we believe that if someone gets part of the ownership, he can gain wealth. So our end ultimate goal is to make a million people to have $1 million from our work. But coming to end of 2021, we hope to invest in 1 to 3, more like 3 platforms, and to tokenize them and complete the distribution. And on the other hand, expand our network of professionals, and have more people that care about the digital community and ownership economy within our group or our community. So.
Well, that's great, Yonatan. Thank you for that. And what is the best way for projects or other investors, strategic partners, to reach out and to learn more about YBS Capital?
So one way is through Telegram, one way is through Twitter, and one way can be through the website. I will update most of the things in the website, but Twitter is a great place, and Telegram is a great place. My Telegram is Ioni9091, and on Twitter is Yonatan Ben Shimon without an N in the end.
Sounds great. I will leave those links in the description box below for the viewers. Thank you so much for the time, Yonatan. All the best with YBS Capital moving forward, and let's follow up in the near future.
Thank you very much for having me.